I think it's a great thing. I think it really highlights the difference between the United Conservative Party and the official opposition, for example, but other parties within the Westminster system in our country, but particularly in our province. When we were fortunate enough to form government 2.5 years ago, I put into the standing orders the ability of members to be able to express differences when they disagreed with the majority of their caucus. And what you saw last night is democracy and a big tent party and a big tent coalition working together to be able to make sure that members can express views that they may be hearing. I will also point out that while 3 members certainly had that opportunity to express their differences to their colleagues and did, you saw the largest amount of government members ever in the legislature, likely at 3 o'clock in the morning, well more than was needed for that shift, making clear that the vast majority of caucus sees it differently. And so we'll always continue to be able to facilitate opportunities for us to express our differences when we have them. That's what a big tent coalition is all about. The alternative to that is what you see the official opposition do, which is fully whip all votes and force members not to be able to express their differences. So that's one. 2, again, I would agree with the minister that we should not be getting involved in managing the affairs of private clubs, which is what a political party is. The next step to that is that what do we do next? Start to interfere with the membership process of cross-country ski groups or the local fish and game club or the local church? Of course not. And the legislature needs to make decisions for all political parties. We have political parties that give away memberships, actually within their bylaws, that they don't charge for a membership. And so we got to make sure that legislation that passes does not impact other parties just because we're trying to manage our party. To be clear, our party, the United Conservative Party, has clear bylaws and clear rules that do not allow for the purchasing of memberships for other people, with the exception, and you have to confirm with the party exactly how it's written, of somebody's direct spouse and minor children. And that's where that issue should be dealt with, is within party mandates and within private club mandates, and not by the legislature, because the unintended consequences of that could be that we end up interfering with another political party, which should not happen and will not happen anytime under our watch. The official opposition, when they were government, brought in an election act every session that they were there to directly manipulate many components of the system to hurt their opponents, including interfering with local constituency associations and nominations. Our party has not done that approach. Instead, has had a significant select special committee of the legislature, all parties who worked together to provide recommendations that went into creating that bill. And at the end of the day, what I would say to Albertans, and I can tell you, nobody in my constituency is going to ask me this question, but if I was asked in the Sundre A&W, I'd say you could be proud of your government that they finally fulfilled the commitment of shutting the AFL loophole. And at the end of the day, the loudest voices against this are the official opposition, who are desperate to keep that loophole open. And last night it passed the legislature, and I suspect Her Honour, the Lieutenant Governor, will give it royal assent sometime this afternoon. And I think my constituents would be very happy to hear that we fulfill our commitments and our promises to Albertans when it comes to democracy.